Hare Krishna. So we're going to go through and see if ISKCON is a cult. Because, society says so. So the thing about cults is modern society is what is considered normal. And if anything is blocking you from what is normal, then it must be a cult. If anything is trying to take you away from the real world, then it must be brainwashing you and making you therefore enter into a cult. So that's basically what the idea of what a cult is to the world, and that is why it is scary, because they don't like to think of anything that is taking you away from the real world. But as you know, before this modern society was the real world was the traditional values of religion. So everybody was in this cult. So what you could actually say is this new age, this new modern society is a cult because it's new. It is, trying to block you from the reality of what it really is. Traditional religious values are what is now considered a cult, as in real traditional values are, for example, reading scriptures, dedicating your life to God, going to a temple regularly, not associating with bad people. That was just normal. But now, if you try to do that, it's like the world has become such an influence that getting away from the world is like being influenced by something else, and therefore cultish, and therefore evil in the eyes of modern society. So obviously now when I'm looking up what is a cult, there's these lists of things, and we're going to go through those and see about how cultish ISKCON really is. Number 1, the person in this cult will start to have personality changes. For example, if this person starts changing and starts actually not watching porn, or eating meat, or not talking crap about people, or not going around trying to get with women, they must be in a cult. So they're not actually gossiping about other people, and they're not actually being rude to people, and they're actually giving to charity, and they're actually trying to be a good person. Oh my gosh. Number 2, dramatic change of values and beliefs. So if this person previously thought that drinking and eating meat and the values of modern society, that, for example, abortions or marijuana or anything that is considered in this society to be normal, is now not normal in their change of their values, because their values are suddenly changing and they're becoming more strict and more traditional, then they are somehow led by a cult, because they are going against what this world wants them to. God forbid they actually have traditional values. Number 3, changes in diet or sleep pattern. So, if the world tries to tell you that you should be eating meat and you should sleep as long as you want, and the fun thing to do is to stay up all night and sleep in all day, then clearly it is cultish to start to change those things. Okay, so you start wanting to eat better, you start not wanting to eat meat, fish, or eggs, and you're starting to actually not sleep 9 hours a day, or you're not sleeping till 1 o'clock in the afternoon, then oh my goodness, you are led by a cult, because you're trying to make your life better. 4, refusal to attend family events like marriages, sick relatives, etc. The only thing that ISKCON will actually say not to do is to go to parties where drinking is involved. I don't recall any kind of legitimate source saying don't go to a wedding or something, because this is your family and this is something you have to deal with. That the idea in scripture is to not avoid the world, but to be in the world but not of the world. That is what Krishna teaches. So if you're following Krishna, and therefore Krishna consciousness, you are not unable to go to things like marriages and visiting sick relatives. As a matter of fact, you want to be the light at their darkness. 5. Inability to make decisions without consulting a guru. Okay, so, as you know, gurus are respected highly, but that is why it is said Shastra, Sadhu, and Guru, not just Guru. Because if you can follow the scripture, then you know from right and wrong, and you will know how not to be brainwashed. 6. Sudden use of a new ideology to explain everything. Okay, so let's see, that probably is true. Because your new ideology is, we're in Kali Yuga. That's why things are going wrong. You have bad karma. That's why you're struggling. We're in Kali Yuga. That's why people are becoming so messed up. What's so wrong about that? God forbid we actually explain things of this world. God forbid we actually have some kind of understanding as to why this world is going to crap slowly. You know, I'd rather just think that it's not. I'd rather just go along with it and think, oh, it's actually getting better. 7. Black and white simplistic reasoning. Underneath all the complicated jargon, you'll find a cult recruit dividing his or her world into good and bad. Complicated jargon, sattva guna, tama guna. Oh, that's good and bad. This is good, that's bad. I don't. God forbid we actually avoid bad things. Number 8. New vocabulary. Karma, reincarnations, sattva, guna, Krishna, Balaram, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. New vocabulary. Krishna consciousness is the way to go, because we are falling into this material world due to our negative karma. As you can see, we are in Kali Yuga, and you need to get a Shastra discourse. Who cares? New vocabulary. I'm expanding my knowledge. Oh my gosh. Number 9. This is the last one. Insistence that you do what they're doing. Hey mom, Yuz needs to read this, and Yuz needs to chant on this, and you need to get away from that meat, and you need to come with me to temple, and you gotta eat prasadam, and you gotta stop drinking, and you gotta stop smoking, and you need to come with me, and you need help. I don't do that. But, you know, if anybody does do that, it's just because they truly believe that this is right. God forbid we actually have faith. Anyway, so even if these things, you know, if, as I was saying in the beginning, like, what is seen as a cult nowadays is different. So, we're going to go through the material world and see how cultish that actually really is, using the same list. So this is going to be just modern society, and see what modern society does for these things. So let's see, if we were back where everybody was having traditional values, we're going to say for a regular person who has traditional values, and then what this new modern age, modern society cult is doing to this world. Number 1, personality changes. Yes, they have personality changes because previously they used to be a good person, and then now they're getting into modern society where they think that it's okay to talk about sexual things and talk about how they don't like certain people. Number 2, dramatic shifts of values or beliefs. Yeah, okay, so this person growing up, you know, they had their core values because their family grew them up. With their family taught them to believe. But then modern society came, and modern society told them, your family, and you see this a lot nowadays, your family is trying to get you to be misogynistic, bigoted, and stupid. So you need to follow what modern society is saying, and you need to become this and this and this and that, because you are going to turn into your mother. people who used to be religious are no longer religious because modern society cult is telling you need to be an atheist, you need to question, you need to stop following what your parents tell you to follow because they are trying to lead you away from the real world. Where in the real world, we're all atheists, and we all think so deeply on things, and we are so more intelligent than all those religious people. So that's very cultish. 3, changes in diet or sleep pattern. You grow up, for example, you're eating good, and then suddenly modern society goes, hey, boom, you should eat McDonald's. You should go to Arby's and get a loaded meat sandwich, and everybody's telling you to eat this and that, and everybody's telling you to stay up late and party until 4 in the morning and then sleep till 3 in the afternoon. You know, how is that not cultish? That the modern society is telling you to do the opposite. Okay, 4, refusal to attend important family events. No, Mom, I can't go to that because everybody in our family is like so traditionally valued. I refuse to be around you guys because I hate having to listen to Uncle Joe talking about God and all those traditional things that he talks about. Oh my gosh, I'd rather be out smoking weed with my friends. 5, inability to make decisions without consulting a cult leader or guru. Yes. Okay, so, okay, maybe they may not have a cult leader, but okay, let's use, for example, let's use, for example, Darwinism, all those famous atheists. They need to see, what does he say about this? Should I believe in the evolution theory? Or, let's say, like, with modern feminism, modern values on those things, you need to go on Tumblr and see, oh, does this Tumblr person believe in that? Or is this what, especially in politics nowadays, oh, let's see if that follows my party. That is a cult within itself. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway. Sudden new use of ideology to explain everything. The new ideology of I'm right, you're wrong because your traditional values are wrong, and this is what the new world says, and it's right, and if you don't think this way, you're bigoted, and you're this and that. That is the new ideology of this world, that the new is the right. 8, new vocabulary. Yeah, whatever. I'm pretty sure they all have their own vocabulary for this stuff. Number 9, insistence that you do what they are doing. Yes. If anybody of this modern age all insist that everybody else do what they do more than any ISKCON person would ever even do. I mean, ISKCON might encourage people, and other religious organizations may encourage people, but people of this modern age literally dog you down and say you are evil or wrong for having a different opinion than them. I mean, you can't even express your opinion without getting attacked, especially on Tumblr or Facebook. You say anything that's traditional and they just go all dog on you, insisting that you must think this way, and if you don't, then you are ignorant. It's like, that is the most cultish thing about modern society, is that you are not allowed to have your own opinions, and if you do, then that is evil, and that is against what is right in their eyes. So anyway, yeah, quick presentation about that. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully didn't take offense to it, and if you did, then okay. Yeah, Hare Krishna.